Who's got it better than us? Nobody!
What's up, Niners fans? My name is JT Magnum and welcome to Niner News. Now, the San Francisco 49ers beat the New Orleans Saints 27-24 in a game in overtime, and it was an awesome game. Awesome game to watch. Nail-biting. It was torture. Every little bit of my heart was racing during it, and I gotta admit, it was just absolute, just pandemonium. There was so many points in that game where I was just like, oh my god, the season's over, the season's over, the season's over, we're gonna lose this game, we're gonna lose this game. And we snatched the victory from the Saints, and I was just like, whew, thank God. But first, let's talk about the beginning of the game. The 49ers went back to their identity, running the ball. I was screaming at the TV, just run the ball. From the beginning, from the outset, I was just like, run the ball. The defense played well, got an interception off of Brees right at the third play from scrimmage. They got the ball, immediately just ran, and Frank Gore got the first touchdown. Carlos Hyde chipped in next with another touchdown, and immediately up 14-0. And I'm going, wow, this is what we do. This is what we do. We run the ball and play defense, and it was impressive until later in the game when they got a little pass happy. But we'll talk about that. The 49ers are not a passing team. I know they have weapons. I know they have Brandon Lloyd. I know they have Stevie Johnson, Anquan Bolden, Michael Crabtree. I get it. There's nobody that can cover these receivers one-on-one in any kind of game whatsoever. I get it. But the problem is the offensive line is a run blocking offensive line. It's a run first offensive line. It's a ground and pound you offensive line. They're not really good at pass protection. And you've seen in the games, Colin Kaepernick is getting sacked left and right. It's not just because he's not reading plays. It's because the line is just not giving him enough time. He just doesn't, I don't know what it is with the lack of communication between running backs and offensive linemen, or whatever it is, or not, the center's not diagnosing the play or picking out the pass protection. It's just one after the other, they keep getting sacks, and the 49ers are just not a passing team. And I hate to say that because, Cap's got so much ability and this and that, but when the 49ers are at their best, they're playing really good defense. They're playing field position football, meaning you run the ball, pass when you need to. Sometimes it might be the ugliest thing in the world, but at least you're getting the ball to the 40 or 30. You got the best kicker in the game. You can pin them back at their 10 or under, and then play field position football where you get the ball back in good field position and then try to score. And it's just, we got to go back to that. That's what made the 49ers so successful the last 3 years, is playing that kind of football. And they have to reestablish themselves, reestablish the fact that they're just a running ground and pound team. And they have to do it. They have to start doing it. Let's talk about the reads. Cap, he just seems to be off with reading the blitzes. I don't know what it is. He just can't. He's either running into the blitz, or he's not reading the right guy to throw to, or when he does, they're dropping footballs now. I mean, Anquan Bolden had like 5 drops? 5 drops. That's unbelievable. I think he had like 1 drop coming into the whole, coming into the game for the whole season, and he had 5 in the game. Then Michael Crabtree dropped 1. People were just dropping them left and right, and you can't have that. It's just not good. And also Kaepernick with his reads just sometimes he kills me. He kills me. I don't know what it is, but he kills me. But another guy to talk about, Vernon Davis. Where's he been? Where is he? I know he's been hurt, but where has he been? What is he doing? I mean, this is a guy that held out at the beginning of the year, and then he comes back, and then he plays like this. Like he's just non-existent. He's not even blocking the same. He's not even playing the same. He keeps trying to catch the ball with his body. I don't know what his problem is, but he's just not playing well for a guy that should be playing well. The defense played great as always. They've been playing, I mean, you gotta remember, we're playing New Orleans in the Superdome. They haven't lost there since like 2011 or 2010 or something like that under Sean Payton and Drew Brees when they're together. And, we were able to sneak out a victory. And, I mean, the defense played great. I mean, the best as you can play, given the circumstances and the injuries. I mean, no Patrick Willis, no Alden Smith, no Navarro Bowman. They were minus Ian Williams, who got hurt, and then Mark Ingram was able to run a lot afterwards. Seemed like they were stopping the run, and all of a sudden Ian Williams gets hurt, and Quentin Dow comes in and gets a freaking lesson in run defense, because he was getting run over basically. I mean, the Niners got ran over after that. It just seemed like New Orleans wanted to run. They could run if they wanted to, and they racked up some yards, and Ingram got over 100 yards rushing. So I was just like, whoa, like, we need to shore up that quickly, because I'm glad Dorsey's coming back, because now Ian Williams is gone. I think he's pretty much done for the year. I think it's a fractured tibia and fibula, and I don't know if he's coming back this year. It looks like Dorsey is going to be the man. Patrick Willis, today I find out that he's on IR for the rest of the year. He is gone. He's going to have surgery on his toe. So no Patrick Willis for the rest of the year. So we need to shore up that defensive line and shore up those linebackers quickly. Aldon Smith is coming back this week, so thank God. Let's talk about the 4th down and 10 play to keep the season alive. Wow. How Kaepernick saw Crabtree. Apparently he was like the 3rd or 4th option in that pass play. Cap bought some time with his legs, actually didn't go into a sack. I was looking at my TV going, oh my god, this guy is going to get sacked. Where is he going to throw the ball to? I hate when Cap goes to the sidelines, because I always think he's going to throw a sideline pass and the ball is going to get either tipped, or it's going to get intercepted, or it's just going to be a fly out of bounds. And instead he throws it to the left. From the right side of the field, he throws it to the left side of the field, and to Michael Crabtree, a laser bomb with, I mean, literally throws it 60 yards. I mean, it was a 51-yard completion, but Cap threw it like 60-something yards, it seemed like. And wow. I mean, that right there saved the season, at least for now. At least for now, they saved the season. I was happy to see that, and I was just in shock and awe. And we were able to kick the field goal, tie the game. And then before the half, the Jimmy Graham play. I mean, I get it. Parrish Cox, it looked like a flop. I understand the flop, but what I don't get is why people are so upset saying that because it was a flop, it shouldn't have been called. Bullcrap. It was offensive pass interference. I don't care who you are, what you are, or whatever. It shows it on the video. You can see him putting 2 hands on him. He pushes off, and maybe Cox sold it, maybe he didn't. I don't care. What matters is that the right call was called. It was offensive pass interference. There was no way you should get away with that. You can't get away with pushing a dude down and catching a ball, or you can't get away with just pushing a dude to gain leverage and catch a ball. The sad part about it is, I actually think Jimmy Graham could have caught that ball without having to push. All he had to do was jump up and catch it. I don't think Cox could get that high as Jimmy Graham got to catch that ball. I don't think there was anybody else around that could have caught that ball. If Jimmy Graham wanted to, he could have just went up, caught the ball, and they would have won. Thank God he pushed. That's all I have to say. Thank God he pushed, because if he didn't, I actually think they would have won that game. He would have caught that ball on his own. But instead, he extended his arms. That's against the rules. It's a penalty. I mean, everybody and their mother says it was a penalty, except for Skip Bayless on ESPN, who's just sometimes clueless and likes to stir the pot. But other than that, it was a penalty, period. It was a penalty, and it should have been called, and I'm glad that it was called, because it's such a... especially what happened last year with the Brees being sacked. You've seen, I mean, if you haven't seen my video, check that video out from last year when the Saints won against the 49ers on that Brees fumble, and it turns out it was a play where they called that penalty on Ahmad Brooks for unnecessary roughness, when it wasn't unnecessary roughness, and the NFL apologized, and then later didn't even find Ahmad Brooks for the play, saying it was a clean hit. So if it was a clean hit, then why didn't they call the game? And the Saints ended up going on to the victory, cost the 49ers home field advantage in the playoffs. We had to go to Seattle, play the NFC Championship game, blah 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 blah. So redemption time, overtime hits. Drew Brees gets the ball. He's going to pass the ball. Ahmad Brooks comes around the corner, sacks him, strips him, and Chris Borland, who played a heck of a game at middle linebacker in place of Patrick Willis, gets the fumble, and we kick the field goal, game over, and redemption for Ahmad Brooks. And he says he doesn't believe in karma and things like that, but he had to feel good inside, being able to strip Brees, sack him again, and this time we get the ball, and this time we get the victory. So hats off to Ahmad Brooks for staying alive, keeping the keeping the play alive and getting that strip sack on Drew Brees to end the game, basically. Now, 49ers go on to the New York Giants this week. They're playing the Giants in New York, and you know the history there. The San Francisco 49ers do not fare well against the Giants. The last time they beat the Giants was the the game in, I believe it was in San Francisco. It was the regular season in 2011. The year the Giants went to the Super Bowl, that beat us in Candlestick again that same year. Then they came back the next year and beat the 49ers after the 49ers were in the Super Bowl that next year. And we just have a bad time against the Giants for some reason. So I don't find that to be an easy game. I know the Giants don't have a winning record. I know they gave up like 357 yards rushing to the Seattle Seahawks, but I don't find that to be a game that the 49ers can just go in and just win automatically. I mean, the 49ers aren't that kind of team. They don't just come in and blow teams out. So I believe it's going to be a hard-fought game again, and I just hope that they stick to the run. Just stick to the run. Do what you do best. Play defense. Hope Eli Manning makes mistakes. Play good defense. Run the ball down their throats, and just keep grinding until you can break some. And hopefully we come out of there with a big victory. That'd be great. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about the Saints game, what you thought about the 49ers offense and defense, how Parrish Cox played, Antoine Bethea with a nice interception. Eric Reed looked a little clueless. I don't know what was going on with him, but he looked a little clueless. Let me know what you think about the coverage and some of the blown plays that they did, the blown assignments. And let me know what you thought about the Jimmy Graham play. I mean, to me it was clear. To everybody, to the nation it was clear. I think the only people who are griping about it are Saints fans and like I said, Skip Bayless. So let me know what you think, and peace out. JT Magnum, Niner News. I'm out. Peace.